Hey besties, it's Abby.
And I'm Prisha.
And last April we were at a marketplace and we were both setting up and being businessy and, being overall cool people. And this lady approaches us like 15 minutes before the actual marketplace starts and she starts talking to us.
Yeah, so Abby's setting up the table and I'm like, okay,
I'm going to take this customer.
And, she seems really nice, asking good questions until out of the corner of my eye, I see her little son, padded footsteps, slowly approaching her until, at the side, kind of her torso area, he headbutts her really hard. And she doesn't crash into the table, but she moves it back a couple inches.
She bonks into it.
Exactly.
She bonks into it.
And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she tells her kid to, do something else while I'm talking to these two fine young ladies. Yay! And, okay, great. We continue our little conversation. She asks to sample some of our products. And at this point, Abby has moved all of the soaps onto the table. And again, I see her son quietly approaching. And, I'm ignoring him. I see him open one of our containers, and usually people do that to smell them. But this kid, keep in mind, he's 4. He dips a finger in all the way to the bottom, and then he dips another finger in all the way in. He pulls them out slowly. Sniffs them.
Aggressively.
So hard. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And I tell the lady, let's have your kid not do that. And she's like, okay. And then she gets a text message, and she's like, I'll tell him in a minute. And at this point, kid is already opening a second container.
Grubby little fingies.
With his little already soapy fingers. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to yell at this kid and scare him away. But this lady needs to parent. And so I lean over to the kid. I'm like, hey, would you mind not doing that? And this lady looks at me and she's like, excuse me, young lady, please do not chide my child to that extent. And I'm like, I didn't say anything rude. But I'm like, okay, fine. I'm professional. I'm sorry.
Professional?
And yeah, and so her kid went through 2 containers of soap. So obviously we were like, we can't sell those. And yeah, so then the lady ended up just walking away, and then she came back, and then she was like, okay, I'm sorry, I feel bad, and then she paid for the 2 containers that her son dipped his little fingers in. So that was one good thing that happened from that. Overall, that marketplace was a really good experience.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we got to meet a lot of really cool people.
Yeah,
and
advertise
their business.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.
Adios.